and that's not so easy, as we all know, right? Although, positive psychology, something that's emerged in the last 50 years in the West, is very optimistic in the sense that it really counters a lot of the, what you might call social Darwinism or the pessimism about human nature, and says, we really do have the capacity to be happy if we allow ourselves or have the good fortune to be in loving connection with others, and that over the course of our lives, generally, when we have loving connections, we become happier people, right, and happier with ourselves. But of course, from my standpoint is, shouldn't everybody, starting from kindergarten, be learning how to do that more quickly? So the idea of sustainable happiness is that we don't need to sort of wait for, trial and error, learning the hard way, the hard knocks. We can have a whole system of mental health, of mind-body health, and of communal health that prepares us, that gives us the skills to learn to understand what is our mind really, what is our inner strengths and weaknesses, and give us the tools to work with them so that we reduce our suffering, promote our well-being, and become more able to contribute rather than sort of fight with or suffer with the world around us. So that's the idea of sustainable happiness. It's very much based on the Kala Chakra vision. It's based on the Tibetan. The Tibetans have a beautiful, prophecy for the planet, which is that it's not all gloom and doom. Although the prophecy begins by recognizing that the world is made of these warring factions that are on the verge of destroying life on the planet. Right. So that's part of this sort of very realistic understanding is that we are at risk of destroying ourselves from our own inner demons, and especially when those demons become collectively embodied, as we can see in the U.S. today or in other places around the world. But their belief is that we have something you might call a spiritual science, right? A scientific form of spirituality, which doesn't require anybody to adopt a set of beliefs necessarily, but gives guidance and tools for us to experiment with our well-being. And if that's present at the heart of every education, right, of every discipline, like so that we don't have leaders who study business and government but never study themselves, and we don't have scientists who study atoms and trees but don't know anything about their own human psyche and soma. So the idea is that the way our culture is going, at least the modern Western tendency to fragment knowledge so that it's in controllable areas of expertise, and even in medicine, like fragmenting specialties, that we need to have at the heart of every discipline, like a GPS, which is, what is my human nature? How do I understand myself to bring the best, to deal with the worst in myself and bring out the best in myself? And if we have that, then we'll have better leaders. So that's in a sense, the vision of the